Hello. So my superpower, for as a creative, and a very futurist, that I'd like to show in action. So before I get into answering that question is, one commonality that I think exists between all creative workers is the fact that space is a very important element in the process. So for writers, the writers may need like a desk and a writing utensil, and in many cases like a lot of very quiet space. Or meanwhile, like a ceramicist, they may need like a wedging table, a wheel, a lot of clay, water, and like other utensils and things like that. And of course, during all creative processes, the space can get very messy. So like painters, like paint will be everywhere, and like clay for ceramicists or writers will have notes or like multiple tabs in their browser, or just like moving around and like getting distracted as they're like thinking, going through that process, putting like a coffee cup on the notes that they've been using and all that. So space is very important. It can be very dynamic, and you don't always have a lot of control on that over your space. So with that in mind, my superpower is kind of simply to snap my fingers and automatically create the right environment to be productive as a creative person. And so for me, if I'm waking up in the morning and I have all my school stuff, like my personal computer, all out at my desk space right here, I can just easily snap my fingers and automatically create that space, that's ready for the workday. So it swaps out right to my work laptop and my work notebooks and those things, and hooks up my second monitor and all that. Or maybe it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon and the space is a little messy. There's a lot of notes, and I'm like feeling lethargic, but I'm like in the middle of a project, and I need to get up and like maybe get some coffee and move my legs around, or like put some music on and things like that. I could snap my fingers and automatically like create the environment that needs to be productive, and that could maybe mean in that instant like I have some fresh brewed espresso. I have my headphones on playing like the right playlist for my music, and I won't have to like look through my phone and possibly get distracted and pulled away from the creative process as it relates to like checking email now all of a sudden, or like looking through all my notifications. Or maybe nowadays in the pandemic we have to create artistic spaces in our homes now since we can't go out. And so like for in the case of my partner, she's doing a lot of hand building right now with clay. And so we have our dining area in the house, and so from just a normal dining area, snap the fingers, and now it's like a clay space for her. And ultimately, maybe in different conditions, the superpower would also be used out in nature, in very serene environments, and I could, snap my fingers and ethically like teleport my computer and an internet connection, and be able to write and be creative, or out in this space, in that serene location. And then, of course, by snapping my fingers twice, I can always reverse the process and like reverse back to it. So like, all right, snap my fingers twice and my work day goes back to my personal, or snap the fingers twice and the clay area goes back to the kitchen or the dining area. So basically, yeah, my superpower would be like to create those perfect artistic conditions at will, just through the snap of